Hi, everybody.
Doesn't appear to be working.
And apparently our opening music and movie isn't working.
Okay.
So you'll all have to just understand. Excuse me, I just hit my mic. You'll all have to understand that that loud music and all the silly pictures of us that always come up. Well, that was supposed to be here.
It was supposed to. Give me a second. Let me do this manually.
Okay. One moment, please.
There we go. Here it comes. Here comes. Here. Almost a minute late. Here. That was my fault. I forgot to set it up, so just blame me.
Blatantly. Can I yell at you now? Is that a thing?
Yes, absolutely. Feel free. Feel free to blame him.
Young man.
Excuse me, I'm older than you. How can you call me a young man?
By a few months. Maybe a year.
I'd rather quite happy put the shorts on and be young again, but... Okay, right, so let's get through with the news. Now, there's only one bit of news. Devi and I are running a private circle on Sunday, and before you ask to come, you can't, because it's a private group, social group that have invited us to do it. So that's it. And it was her friends that invited us. And what I'm angry about is she's arranged or double booked herself, so she's only going to be online for the first hour. And then all these people that I don't know, I've got to continue running the circle, which I can do. I mean,
you can do that. You don't need me there.
Yeah, but here's what she's away doing. Now, this is me doing an AI version. She's doing it with a real one. So that's meant to be Devi in a kilt, having her pictures taken by a photographer. I did get a kilt.
Look, see, I got a kilt. It's the Stuart Black, just in honor of Mark here, and I don't think he appreciated it.
No, I have no issues with Stuart Black, with Stuart Tartans. I mean, there are actually 6 Stuart Tartans. 6, yes.
Yes, I know. It was very confusing. But I like the black one, so.
Fine. So
they don't have the witch tartan out yet, so I don't have one of my own.
So to cut a long story short, there's me running the private circle with 40 people registered from this organisation. And then after an hour, Devi's running away to have a romantic liaison with a Highland cow.
Looking forward to it, too.
Yeah. And it's not a Highland cow, it's an Aberdeen Angus.
It's the cow with the long hair. The cute one, yeah.
Which in Scotland we call Aberdeen Angus, except when the tourists arrive, we call it Highland Coo.
Right, Highland Coo.
The tourists. Anyway,
well, that's what we call them, is Highland Coos.
Am I freezing, or is it just me?
You're freezing. It's really hot where I am.
Yeah, really weird. My computer's been going weird all night. Anyway, what are we talking about tonight? Unsolicited readings.
Yes. The worst. It's the absolute worst. It's happened to me. People coming up to me and doing that. I don't do it to other people, but it's a little unnerving.
Not unnerving. It's actually exceptionally rude.
Well, yes. That's what I meant, but I was trying to be nice about it.
You know me. I'm angry.
Yeah, Mark's never nice about it.
I mean, my God, I'm frozen again.
Ooh, you are.
Can you hear me? Or is it
yes, we can hear you. even
Right,
when
okay,
you freeze.
I can keep talking. Right, okay. I mean, my reaction when somebody comes up to give me a reading without asking me, and even if they ask me, I've got a right for, would you like a reading? My reaction is slap them across the face and do it very hard. I mean, I suppose the
See,
best
that's
I'll do it.
assault. That's assault, Mark. You can get arrested for that.
Not if you do it the right way. I mean, you don't leave any marks. There's no witnesses,
Ah,
no cameras. If it's a man, you knee them between the legs. If it's a woman, you slap them across the face. I'm being joking. I'm not violent.
Okay.
I would not be violent towards anybody because they might hit me harder than I hit them. So that's my reason for not being violent. But that's my reaction when somebody tries to give me a reading that I haven't asked for and don't want. And, you know, why would somebody be motivated to do it? Because they want to prove that they're very talented and they're a medium and all the rest of it.
or they don't know any better, which is always my devil's advocate kind of thing.
Yeah.
I had a friend who would often say, I have somebody here for you, can I tell you? And I'd either say yes or no. But I was getting evidence, actual evidential proof that they were there. So I let her go ahead. But after she did this a couple times, I got very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
mean-
didn't feel like, can I have somebody here for you? I said, well, tell them to come back when I'm open later.
Yeah. I mean, think of it like this. You're at home, you're watching the telly, the doorbell goes, you open it, and there's two very nice people dressed in suits or nice dresses, and they say, hello, we're here to save me. I don't know the exact words that get used, but hello, we're here to save your soul. We're from the XYZ church. Can we come in and tell you all about Jesus Christ? Now, I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus. I don't need somebody to knock at my door and tell me about Jesus. I don't need a medium to give me a reading to prove life after death. If I want to speak to my Uncle Dave, to be blunt, I'll just go into meditation and I'll reach out and he'll come forward and speak to me. I don't need a medium that I've never met in my entire life to come forward and give me a reading. Now,
Exactly.
the seriously biggest problem with going up to somebody and saying, I've got your grandfather, can I give you the reading, is you don't know the religious beliefs of that person. Now, we're entertainers. Let's be absolutely clear. We are legally entertainers, and when we do mediumship, we're entertaining, despite the fact that it's a religion and we believe that we're giving proof of life after death. But
there are people who absolutely believe that mediumship is evil and of the devil.
Yeah. Now, never mind that you're putting yourself at risk. Never mind that you're putting yourself at risk. You have to respect the beliefs of other people. So if that person is a devout Catholic or a devout evangelist, and if they have been brought up to believe that mediumship is evil, I'm quite happy to engage them on an argumentative basis, but I am not going to give them a reading because that goes against their religious beliefs. That's me imposing my beliefs on them by saying, I've got a reading for you, let me prove it to you.
That's proselytizing. And everybody hates when it's done to you.
Yeah.
So don't do it to other people.
Respect them. Even if you are totally against their religious beliefs. If somebody says to me that I'm evil, they're attacking my beliefs, so I will respond. If I go up to somebody and try and offer my religious beliefs by offering them a reading, I'm doing the same in reverse.
Exactly.
That's my logic with it.
Yeah. No, you are. Absolutely.
Yeah. So then you get the debate with mediums, and we have and I'm talking about serious mediums that know what they're doing. We kind of split down the middle, where the medium says, I've got a reading for somebody and it's life-changing. Therefore, I've got to step forward. Well, I take even stronger, no, you don't do that.
Absolutely not if it's life-changing.
Let me give you a real example of this, where I was actually, this was how I handled it. Long time ago, I was returning a rental van It was close of business. The woman was having problems with the computer. I had to pay her. I can't remember what was wrong, the internet connection, whatever. So what should have been a 10-minute exercise to fill out the paperwork, pay her, turned into 25 minutes. It got beyond our closing time, and then the phone started going.
Right.
And the phone kept going. Now, I knew that she had to answer that phone, and I knew why she had to answer that phone. And it was a medical emergency. It was somebody that she was caring for. So did I tell her, or did I keep my mouth shut?
I hope you
In
kept
the
your mouth
end, I kept my mouth shut, but in the end I said, you really do need to answer that phone. Not because I was telling her anything about the phone, but the phone was going and that was distracting.
Right.
So I used that as the excuse. Look,
Right.
Answer the phone. So that was my escape clause. I didn't tell her to answer the phone because of what I knew, and she then looked at me and said, I need to go. She actually got away with not paying her because the news was so bad, and that was not my motivation for telling her. But the news was so bad. She didn't tell me, she didn't confirm it because I didn't say to her, obviously, I hadn't given her the reading. So I just kept my mouth shut. But I could see from it was really bad news. We're laughing about it, but it wasn't anything to laugh about what was on the other end of that phone call for her. It was just a case of, look, I'm sorry, Mr. Stewart, I can't take the money. Phone me tomorrow. I phoned her back. I phoned the company the next day, and they took the card payment over the phone. So, I wasn't running away, whatever. But basically, she had to get out that door. I didn't say anything, so I didn't fall into the trap of giving her a reading. I just said to her, look, that phone obviously the way it just kept ringing. They weren't going to hang up. And it was a mobile phone. It wasn't the office phone. So just for absolute clarity.
Oh,
anyway,
yeah.
That's the only time I've ever come close to falling into the trap of giving somebody a message that wasn't asking for it. Now, I used the word trap. Why did I use the word trap? Because Spirit will test you. Spirit will test you. Spirit will place you in a situation when you're very early on and you don't know any better. And a spirit will come forward and give you some sort of message. You've got to speak to that person for whatever reason. And I guarantee if you go and fall into that trap of trying to give the reading, you'll have the rug pulled out from under you. Next time you're giving a private reading, next time you're in a circle, next time you're on stage or platform, if you're that far advanced, you'll be standing there going, oh my God, why is Spirit not connecting? Why are they not giving? They won't do it long term, but they'll do it long enough to you to teach you the lesson until somebody like me comes forward, like in the circle, your mentor or whatever, and they say, oh, but I did such a brilliant reading last week. What do you mean you did such a brilliant reading? Oh, I saw this woman and I went up to her and she could confirm everything and it was an emergency and she thanked me and her life, you tell her life was changed. Yeah, and then 3 days later, you were in a private reading for somebody that had paid you and you couldn't connect. Yes.
That's karma.
That's not karma. That is the person.
Spirit karma. Spirit karma.
Yeah. So if you're learning, watch out for it because it will.
Yeah, that did happen to me. When I first started, I used to get a lot of messages for other people when I would like pop open during the day by mistake. Yeah. So yeah.
Now, I know this is going to sound how on earth can you connect this? But there was a movie about 6 months ago. I can't remember what it was called. You know what I'm like? Devi, help me. You might be able to remember the name. And it was two young women who were Mormons who went to the house doing exactly what we just described. Now, this actually ties into the test, like the testing. Right. It was a horror movie. So the two of them got invited into the house, and it turns out that the man is a demon worshipper, and he traps them in the house and basically torture, and one of them gets killed.
No, I don't watch horror movies, so I have no idea.
Yeah. So that's a bit extreme. I'll try.
The Mormons have come to my house, but they've never tried to murder me. So.
No. That's what the man murdering the Mormons.
Oh, I see. So, like, I told them I would take their holy book if they took one of mine, and they did. So we'll see.
Hang on. Let me see if I can find the.
The what?
The name of the movie.
The name of the movie. Oh, he's Googling. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm trying to Google it. Yeah, that's it. It was Heretic.
Heretic. Yes, I actually heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, what am I saying? What does that relate to? So the example I said where you were being tested, you know, where spirit are coming forward to put you in a situation like Debbie just explains, you're beginning to train and blah, 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 blah. Well, there's two things wrong with that. Number one, you're open when you shouldn't be open. Number two, spirit have probably forced you to be open to test you. And if you fall into the trap, there will be you'll pay for it. There'll be a consequence. Now, that movie is a horror movie, and I'm not suggesting that this is going to happen to you. Go to the man's door, and go in, he invites them in, and he's a devil worshipper, and he kills one of them, and the other one is on her way to being crucified, and she manages to escape. So it does have a good ending.
Of course she does. I don't know, when half the people die, I'm not sure that's a good ending.
Well, it's actually more than half of them, because their leader turns up, he gets killed.
Oh yeah, so more than
other people he'd invited into the house that were all, the bodies were dead.
Oh, I want to be clear that I've never killed a Mormon either, just so you know.
I'm more after the evangelists than the Mormons myself, but
well, there's the Jehovah's Witnesses that come to door as well. Yes, and I have been nasty to them, although I will not.
So you realize what's going to happen. We're going to get a Jehovah Witness spirit to come forward, and
and they'll get me back.
Yeah. The other thing that really annoys me is mediums that should know better, that basically send you messages on Facebook. But same thing. I've got a message for you. Can I give it to you?
No, those are all scammers. Every single one of them is a scammer. Then you say yes, they're going to tell you you're cursed, and they'll charge you. You need $250 for me to take the curse off of you. Yes, every single one of them.
I've actually got a question. Are there people stupid enough to fall for that?
There are.
Oh, maybe I should start.
It happens at least 3 or 4 times a week in one of the psychic medium groups I'm in.
Yeah?
Yep. Somebody will come up, well, this person told me I was cursed. How do I, or my witchcraft groups even. This person told me I was cursed. How do I get it off me? I'm like, you're not.
I wonder how they would react if I say, yes, okay, tell me what to do. They ask me to pay, and I say, well, I'll pay you by giving you a reading instead and show you how to do it. Do you think they would do it on that basis?
Oh, they'd get pissed. I had one that I read the other day that a woman said she realized it was a scam, and so she wouldn't pay. And the woman actually said she was cursing her because she wouldn't pay the $250.
I am laughing. That face that's appearing frozen there.
Sometimes your video freezes in very unfortunate little clips.
Actually, that might be a way of handling it. Somebody offers to give you a reading and then say, well, I'll tell you what, let me give you a reading first. I mean, come on, Debbie. I mean, I'm not trying to boast, but you and I can do readings that'll floor them.
Yeah.
And then say, okay, right, fine. You want to give me the reading now?
Right. But they'll do it over text, and I can't give somebody a reading over a text. So.
Oh, no. It would have to be by video.
Yeah.
Talking of which, everybody, we've got a number of people watching us. If anybody would like a reading, there's the link beneath us. Type that into your browser. Come and join us online, and Debbie and I will give you a reading between us.
Oh, absolutely. You've got time.
I think we've just about covered the subject. I don't think there's much else.
Yes, yeah, I don't think there's much more to say about it, except just don't do it.
Yeah, just under no circumstances do it. Even if you're walking down the street, even if the spirit is saying that person is about to die, you've got to tell me. You wouldn't diagnose them that anyway. You wouldn't give that as a reading. But if it's something that kind of fundamental that you're being told, you really have to give them this reading. Under no circumstances do it. We'll stop.
However, if you hear a spirit say that person's going to step off the sidewalk into the street and get hit by a car, you can pull them back from the edge of the sidewalk. You don't have to say anything to them.
Yes, but if they're not about to step onto the side street and your spirit is telling you and testing
Then
you,
leave them alone. That's what I'm thinking. If they're about to step off and you hear they're going to get hit by a car, yeah, you can do that. But otherwise.
And even then, watch for the car before you pull them back.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Because you know what's going to happen. You pull them back, they turn around, and you assaulted me, and I'm going to sue you.
Right. Although, anybody who said I assaulted them would just get laughed out of court.
I don't know about that.
Well, I can be mean. I don't know how to hurt people, but I mean, depends on what, but for something like pulling them back from the curb.
Yeah. Okay, right. Well, I think we're pretty much running out of time, folks. So, just little bits and pieces. If you would like a newsletter from us, that's where to register. We do this every week along with a lot of other video material like walks on Sunday that I do with Ying, my wife, or Mark and his cards. Facebook will broadcast them. You will be able to watch them and register for them on Facebook. But, big but, they delete them after 30 days. So YouTube is the place to go and see all our material.
Yes.
We said that we're running an open workshop on Sunday that you can't come to, so don't bother registering deadly for Sunday. But there's another one. There's two that you can register for in May. And go to that link, calendly.com, Marc Stuart medium /open-circles/workshop, and you'll be able to register to come to the next one.
Yeah.
That's about it. I'll leave that up for the minute. Been a pleasure. We're going
Have fun, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Or even before.
Or maybe before.
Yeah, you can always find us on Facebook. Other than that, bye-bye.
Bye.